Hello, I'm Ayumi Okada. I'm Vice President Welfare for Holland Students' Union.
Hi, my name is Daisy Edwards and I am the Vice President of Education here at the Students' Union.
Hello, I'm Victoria Purcell and I'm Vice President of Student Engagement at Holland Students' Union.
Hi, I'm Dan Prendy and I'm the President of the Students' Union. It's been an interesting year since the government's raised tuition fees and voted on it in December last year. Since then, I've been working with the university on looking at the access agreement. The access agreement talks about what you actually get for £7,800. The university have been looking at what services and where we spend that money. Now, it's still going through a number of consultations. It's been passed once, and the union's part in that is very key and integral to make sure that students get the best benefit, support, library services, IT, and make sure that you don't lose any contact hours, lose any time on assessments or anything else like that.
One of the first big things that I've done since starting has been to really improve the course representative system. Produced an action plan we took to the university to ensure that there was more sort of identifiable objectives that we were working to. We've now got more course reps in place, elected with their names, than we've ever had before. We've also got all faculty reps in place who have been working really hard over the last semester to really ensure that all their course reps and all the students here at Solent are actually getting listened to.
Say Hello campaign is a community relations campaign. Basically, I'm leading this campaign to provide an opportunity for local people and the students to have a good time together. So from there, you both can talk about positive things rather than always focusing on negatives.
This year I've actively supported and looked after 33 societies, some of which are fairly new. The biggest project that I'm doing through my time in office here is the Solent Volunteering and Society Awards. It will be the first year that societies have ever been given recognition from Solent for the hard work that they put in, and this has also been the first year that we've given societies the chance to apply for funding so they can buy new equipment. One of the first bigger projects that I did was set up society TGMs, and TGM means Termly General Meeting, and it's really a forum where societies can meet up and talk about any common issues that they might have, and for them to let me know how the Students' Union can work with them in different ways or improve the way in which we do work with them.
I've been to a number of panel debates. I've been negotiating with a few of the local MPs, but again, that's all standard practice over the last year. But I think one of the big things that really impacts students this year is the park safety campaign that a number of the officers have been working on. You may have noticed now that there are extra lights finally in the park, and the stumps are there, but we're just waiting for the bulbs and everything else to be put in, so the parks will be better lit. We're just funding some advertising signage to go around 5 of the parks across Southampton, so that people are more aware of the risks going through Southampton as well.
We have this thing called Student Safety Net, which is a national scheme. It's a mobile app so that you can log in, sign up, and you can see what's happening in your city. And other people I'm recruiting is the Welfare Angels. Those are the volunteer of people who can help me with campaigns and other work, like when I work with the Hampshire Constabulary or NHS Solent and so on.
So looking at the way that we deal with volunteers at Solent Students' Union this year, I decided to set up a partnership with Southampton City Council, which helps to tackle social exclusion within the elderly community, which involves students going along to day centres and providing activities for elderly people so that they actually are having interaction with people.
I've been continuing to support students with like language barriers or academic difficulty because of the cultural difference. kind of continued to do this language swap project. It's quite successful. It's happening every Monday and Wednesday, so after you watch this video you can come along too.
We're still working with NUS on looking at whether we can change anything within this institution and whether we can change anything nationally. But over the last year we've had a lot of work submitting bids to NUS. We've done a lot of work with NUS. We've had the Coca-Cola Olympic torch here, and the Olympics Be a Champion project was a project that was put forward by us that we've now successfully got 5 students from all the different faculties who are running Olympic projects across the campus and raising awareness and making people change their habits and get involved in the Olympics, because this is going to be a very big thing, not only for London, not only for the UK, but also for students. We've also done a lot of work on widening participation, which was another bid that we won. Widening participation looks at making sure that we provide adequate services and accessibility to get into universities for anyone who's from a poorer background, anyone from a disadvantaged background, but have the skills and the knowledge and have the right to go to university. And we are one of the leaders, this university, having 35% of students coming to this institution from those backgrounds, and we're constantly working on engaging that. And myself and the Representation Democracy Coordinator are doing work. We're going out to schools, speaking to students in Year 10, in Year 12. I'm also doing a lot of work on helping set up a students' union at Torrin's College, and also giving career advice and also democracy advice to some schools in Eastleigh.
Another thing that I've been working on, which some of you might be aware of, is a campaign that I launched this semester called Don't Forget My Feedback. It was all based from NSS survey results from the last couple of years, and speaking with students, specifically course representatives, current students that have, with regards to what issues they have on their feedback on assessments. The actual active part of the campaign has finished. However, I am now in the process of collating all the data that I've received, and then I will be then approaching the university with 7 policies that I've put in place that you are welcome to find more information on our website or simply ask me. Finally, another thing that I've introduced since being here is regular drop-in sessions with myself for students. This has been taking part in the library foyer to really show what the Students' Union can do for students that are potentially struggling academically.
I've recently set up a new committee called the Guest Speaker Committee. And in refreshers we had our first ever guest talk in, and that was from Capital FM's Zoe and Gilly, talking to radio students about how they can get into the industry. But within the guest lecture committee we want to explore more industries and get more speakers in, because I think actually hearing from people who are in the industry really inspires people to become what they're going to become after university.
I've started to promote Detox Thursday. I just wanted to give you some sort of reminder every Thursday to rethink what you've been eating, what you've been drinking, to make sure you know you are healthy. I also set up Welfare Wednesday, which is basically every Wednesday NHS chlamydia screen team is coming in to help you to check up your sexual disease you may have, and if you fancy having some free condom from them, you can do that as well. But don't forget, you can always come and see me to get some free condom too.
One of the big things that people always talk about is the future of the union. A number of the officers have been looking at the top bar, and we'll talk more about that a bit later in the AGM, but we're also doing a number of works and looking where else we could benefit students on campus and whether we need to be out on the high street or anything else like that. That's for the bars and commercial, but we've got advice centres, we've got representation and democracy, we've got a number of different student services as well as ourselves as the officers, and we're looking where we can best suit you over the next year, over the next 5 years when the university redevelops the site. So there are some very big projects for us this year. It's all about making change, and that's about it. Any questions?